Um, I thought we'll quickly reflect on 2020 and 2021 before we begin 2022. And we know that in a few months it will be 2 years of this pandemic, 2 years of masks and sanitizers, of navigating between lockdowns and liberations, of going through so many difficult and impossible decisions and choices, of stories that hurt us, and there was so much trauma, of a virus that killed so many people and that changed our lives and altered so much in us and the way we do life, of everything virtual, of hospitals being full, of not being able to see people that we love, of celebrations not taking place the way we used to, of milestones and goals and chasing work deadlines and doing projects and doing everything virtually, and of school and of church and of everything else that happened. So much has changed and so much is not normal, and yet we know that as we approach this new year, that COVID is not done yet, and even if a lot has come to an end, there is still long-term impact on so many of us and so many other vulnerable groups, and there's just so much. But in the middle of all that, something that encourages us, and something that we're still in awe and wonder of, and something that brings us to our knees in gratitude, is your faith, your love, and your support that helped us feed people every single day since the pandemic broke. And since then, we've served 69,600 meals. We've served 1,400 boxes of soup. We've served more than 1,600 bottles of milk, of hygiene kits, of bed sheets, of giving books and toys and so many more things. But more than that, we've reminded each other so many more times in the last 21 months not to focus on the storm, but to focus on God. And this was possible only because of you.
Because of you, we were able to break bread and wrap meals and serve them to those who were in the street corners, bridges, and those who were waiting on the street walks. From migrants waiting to go back to their homes, to drivers and rickshaw pullers during the lockdown, to daily wage workers, to those outside hospitals waiting for treatment, to those who were waiting for their families to recover, and to families who were infected and were alone at home, to helpers and maids, to those grieving, to those reeling in debt, to construction workers, to elderly, homeless, and to families who were going through chronic illness, to life groups, to municipality workers, to all those whose stories we don't know, but said they were hungry and haven't eaten. You have shown to everyone who felt invisible what it means to be seen, heard, loved. Your love reached out to them, and because of you, they have access to nourishment, healing, hope, and a hot meal to eat.
And to quickly wrap up, as we go through 2022, we don't know what's going to happen, and we know that we're all tired of reinfections and new strains and things that we can't foresee, and there's so much of trauma that we're all going to heal from, and that we all need healing, and there is so much of impact of the pandemic that will continue for a long time, and though we can't see the end, we know one thing, and I'm reminded of this verse from the Bible. It's Lamentations chapter 3 verses 21 and 23, and this is I'm going to read the Message version. It says, I'll never forget the trouble, the utter lostness, the taste of ashes, the poison I've swallowed. I remember it all, how well I remember the feeling of hitting the bottom. But there is one thing I remember, and remembering, I keep a grip on hope. God's loyal love couldn't have run out. His merciful love couldn't have dried up. They are created new every morning. His compassion never fails. They are new every morning. How great is your faithfulness. I'm sticking with God. I say it over and over. He's all I've got left. It's only because of Jesus. It's only because we saw glimpses of God's glory through each of you that we were able to do this so far. And we know that we will be able to do this again, that we will take a step in faith, not believing in tomorrow's plans, not putting our faith in anyone, not putting our faith in medicines or anything else, just putting our faith in God, that He's going to come through, that we're not going to focus on the storm, we're going to focus on Jesus. We're going to focus on the hope that He has helped us see. We're going to focus on that and His love that is unconditional, and we've experienced it through each of you, no matter which background you came from, which country, which nationality, and which part of India, which religion. I know that we all together were able to give each other that love, that support, that encouragement, and that you all went out of your way to bless people who were in need of food, who were in need of water, children who were in need of medicines and toys and so many other things. And thank you for being here with us. And we are so grateful, we are so thankful, and we are so overwhelmed as we reflect on the last 21 months. And we know that hope will come alive again. Thank you.
Thank you.